Yo, what's up, guys? This is how I lost about $480 day trading the Nasdaq on the 8th of June. So, coming into the high time frame, more long term wise, I was bullish. More so, uh, us just being in bullish high time frame structure, even on the 4 hour, and we just had mostly new high time frame gaps to target. I was expecting us to go either to an hourly gap or these 30-minute gaps. We did get that in the beginning only on ES, so we get into this hourly, sweep out these lows that are the start of it, and we create this 5-minute gap. Also, already pre-market, we are bearish on the 5-minute. So Nasdaq doesn't get into this gap, but to me, if we if we retrace to this 5-minute and get confluences down, that's for me enough. Like, these lows look good enough for me to target it, even though my high time frame bias is bullish, and we get exactly that. We get into on the 5-minute, we can mark out our Fibonacci. We get into this 5-minute is exactly at equilibrium, so this is a very nice gap. We get even into OT, and now what do we get? We get this this 1 minute. We make this 1 minute. I was already looking for an entry here on this candle when it seemed like we could get an inverse, but we don't. We kind of get into this wick. We sweep out this high on ES, so we are making a 5-minute or like a more so I guess 1 minute SMT starts forming. We put in this low, so in confluences, that's even better of a trade. We get this breakup structure, we get this IVG, and had I entered now on this retrace, I wouldn't have lost today and I would have made money. But what I did see, I'm gonna even make sure, ES didn't inverse its gaps, and personally I'm not really a fan of these situations where we had the 1 minute rejection confluence that we need for an entry and only one of the indexes has it. Obviously there was like a 1 minute here, but since we are here, I wanted us to inverse this initial gap, and so I wait. We also so I wait until we get this inverse. As again, I really don't like misalignment. Essentially, I think like you can miss out or fade a lot of losing setups if you just take a look at are the indexes printing the same confluences or mostly the same. And this gets even better. We get this little 1 minute retrace, and on top of that, on ES, not only do we inverse this gap, but also break structure on ES, as this wasn't a low put in. So I'm like, I even get a very good fill, as my entry was would have been right here. So I get a even better entry. It fills me in an even better way. And what do we end up doing? On ES, we sweep this high, make an SMT, but the thing is, me waiting for this extra confirmation made me not be able to put my stop at a reasonable position, because I couldn't put it here as it was not only negative RR, but it was just too much risk than I would have liked. So, I kind of had to put it at more of of how much do I want to risk rather than how good the stop loss is. In an ideal scenario, a stop loss here in my eyes would have been enough, as we have this 1 minute for value gap to kind of protect us. Yeah, we even get a 3 minute on top of that. But yeah, I was really worried, and this is exactly what happened. That kind of this rejection wick, which I think would have been a rejection block, we would want to retrace to it, and that's exactly what happened. So was it a valid trade in my eyes? Yes. It was just unfortunate that kind of everything came down to the way that I wasn't able to put my stop loss where I wanted to, but the trade was just good enough that I took it. I guess what could have been the solution in this case, where we have like this obvious wick and my stop loss is not even in the middle, because if it would have been like here, I would have accepted that, you know. But since it's not even, it's below like the middle of the wick. Okay, I'm sorry if I get out of flow and kind of forget what I've been talking about, but I literally like recorded the second part after my mom bursted into my room, so I had to pause the first part that just happened and continue. And I, while putting everything together, I realized the second part doesn't have any audio on, so I gotta try to remember what I was talking about. So I'm pretty sure I was talking about the kind of one mistake I saw, and that the only really solution I saw is putting my stop loss at the initial position that I would have wanted to, the like ideal stop I would want, and just target either at least like a 1-to-1, even if there was like a second draw, whatever here, just kind of target the second one. So in this, like, oh, actually, the best example is the upside here. Let's say I was taking a long here, and okay, let's say my stop loss would have been necessary to be in this position, and my take profit is on a negative RR. So what I don't want to do in the future is to, yeah, for example, put it here, but to do the opposite thing, and yeah, either put my take profit just a bit above it for a 1-to-1, or just target the second draw. Well, depending on kind of the strength of the initial draw, if this would have been like a very significant draw on liquidity, and the second one is like a lower time frame one, I probably would have just taken a 1-to-1. And yeah, again, I'm not sure if I said this already in the first part, but maybe what it really was is that on ES we don't really have liquidity leading up to anything, essentially. So at this time of the entry here, the only low is our ES target, essentially, because below it we just have this like big ass news gap. So my guess is the reason we took this high isn't to, or maybe I just found, nope, no, I thought we would have, I don't know, like edged OT, but we got a perfect OT on ES. So maybe the reason for that wasn't, like this SMT off of these lows, as we would have taken up this high for it to fulfill, but okay, I got front, sorry. Maybe the reason was just that only on Nasdaq we had liquidity leading up to our draw, and on ES we first needed to generate at least this one low. and kind of get like a fake out for this to happen. Yeah, even this candle didn't, inverse it. So it's not like my bias, this short-term idea of the trade was wrong. Um, yeah, even looking at this price action, um, I'm saying we probably will take out these highs. Actually, I'm gonna quickly look over if there was like a good entry here. Yeah, this I don't like this chop, that's for sure. No 5 minute here. We got okay. Let's see if this is this is an actual gap. We get into here, so we are in here. I guess we have this gap here. No. Yeah, if anything, this would have most likely been my long entry. Either like first take profit. Maybe actually put it a bit safer. Oh, I guess this isn't like an SMT protected low. Yeah, I just target this. Okay, we just go break even at these highs. So yeah, this would have been probably my initial. Yeah, like my initial idea for today was longing up to these gaps out of this 1 hour, but yeah, we got an opportunity to short to this 1 hour, which I was just unfortunate enough not to be able to make money off of it. So yeah, that's what I would take out. That's the lesson I would take out from today's training day. Okay, I couldn't have. There's no way I said that already. That I'm not trading Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday because I'm on a school trip. So even if I get an opportunity to trade on my phone, since in Poland, New York, the stock exchange opens like at the middle in the middle of the day, so we're probably going to be doing something. It's not like the evening where we have free time. But if I do take a trade, it's gonna be on my phone, so I'm not gonna be recording a recap. Or maybe I will in the weekend if it's gonna be like one trade only. But most likely I would, yeah. See, we were running to what I said we would take out. What I yeah, or I'll just make a post about it, as the posts are kind of my way to keep credibility while not, like, if I have like a busy day where I don't really have time to make a video and so on, I'll just make a post about it, and to keep everything clean, or mostly clean. I'm mostly clean, but now I'm kind of fully locked in, so hopefully there won't be any slip ups and missing videos now. So yeah, well, that's kind of everything. Um, so yeah, my next opportunity is tomorrow, and most likely it's gonna be the last one of this week. So I hope you guys dubbed, unlike me. Maybe you took the initial IAVG and break structure short, or even this long, anywhere here to these gaps. And yeah, see you guys next time whenever that happens.